I'm Sid.
And I'm Mike.
And this is Comedy Filmmakers Motivation Monday.
The podcast.
And I'm Carl.
Hi, Carl.
What's up, Carl?
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me back.
Yeah, absolutely. For anybody that doesn't know, Carl is the ampersand of the Sid and Mike world. He is the glue that holds the whole thing together.
Us together.
That's true. And speaking of things you might not know, if this is your first time listening to Comedy Filmmakers Motivation Monday, guess what?
50-50 chance.
It's true at this point. Yeah, this is episode 2, so you might have skipped the first one. You might want to go back and listen to that one.
Oh, this is a
Hit
banger.
stop, go back to the first one, give it a listen, and come back right to this moment. On this podcast, we are comedy filmmakers who are in the process of pitching a sketch show to networks and production companies. We're trying to break into the TV industry, wouldn't you say?
I'd say we are breaking in.
That's right.
We are breaking
There we
in.
go. There we go.
We're breaking down the door and kicking out the glass ceiling.
We felt like it was hard to get a TV show, and so we said, let's get motivated. Let's motivate each other.
Absolutely.
And let's also have some amazing guests on the show. They can tell us what they're up to, and we can motivate them too. And maybe they can motivate us.
Yeah, it's just going to be a motivation fest.
I am so excited. I'm just so happy we're here for episode 2.
I feel great. This is awesome. You guys, it's been a week, huh?
Yeah. How are you? How was your week, Carl?
Maybe I'll start.
Yeah.
I had a good time this week. I have running water in the kitchen in my little cabin upstate. Just doxed myself as a cabin owner.
Hey.
Would you say, did you get this cabin during COVID?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
Oh, you're one of those.
We used PPP loans only to
Yeah.
pay for this. We didn't work a day of 2020. So that was a big thing, running water. And then I went ice skating.
Nice. Where?
It was in Connecticut, actually.
Okay.
I was going to say
gosh,
upstate.
he just keeps on. First the cabin, then Connecticut. What's next, Carl?
And I was swimming in a saltwater pool.
Whoa.
Where?
Whoa.
It was just a few steps away from the ice rink.
What?
That's right.
Was it cold? Warm?
It was heated, but
Oh,
there was
wow.
also a jacuzzi right next to it. So
That's a good week.
Oh my gosh.
I had a good time. How about you guys, Sid?
Wow. Nothing compared to this lifestyle that you're living. Wow. You know, I went back to the library this week, of course. That was
same.
really big. And not going to lie, our guest is a guest with me this week. So I have a friend in town, which is so fun and exciting. And it felt a little bit like vacay mode last week, not going to lie. Did a little chilled out. I've eaten a lot. I've drank a lot. I'm feeling good. But today, I'm motivated to get right back into it. All right, back on track. Got to focus up.
Yes, I love that. Mike?
Well, as you fellow friends know, I have been sick all week long, so I'm hopped up on Mucinex and coming off a NyQuil from the previous night. I had a rager last night of the 2 shots of NyQuil last night.
We don't want people to think that we're being unsafe, so just for the listeners at home, you should know that Mike is sitting 25 feet away from us behind a glass shield.
We had to get an extra XLR cable, a longer XLR cable just for this.
Ooh, he's talking tech.
This was
All right.
It was almost like he was in our
Sid-
library.
Sid, what is an XLR cable?
It's a cable that connects, microphones to the thing.
You were so close. That would be the interface.
I'm going to fail this test next week.
The interface converts and amplifies.
Damn,
the
I just,
signal.
you know what? Carl's right, and that's why one of the reasons we keep Carl around. Just
Well-
kidding, Carl. You're way more than your tech savvy ways.
Yeah,
You
and
set
for
this-
anybody watching on video, because this is going to be posted to YouTube, they might look the perspective that we're shooting looks like I'm sitting right next to Sid and in between Sid and our guest. But
We did that in
there's a
post.
green, we did that.
It was
we did that
like
in post.
movie magic
Yeah.
happening
I'm
over
actually
here.
out on the
Insane.
balcony.
Insane.
Mike actually recorded his part the day before we did the rest of this. So we had to base all of our answers and everything we said based on what he recorded.
The timing to get the timing down was crazy, but we were killing it.
Space.
Yeah.
And you guys took up that space, and you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you. I knew he would say
Future,
that.
you guys, you're doing a great job.
I knew he was going to say that. Well, it sounds like Sid and I had a good week. Mike had a rough week.
Oh, it was rough. I didn't mention also. Sorry, I have a baby too. For anybody that doesn't know, the baby's the one that got. She's patient zero.
But here's the thing: is Mike doesn't. We were around patient zero. We did not get sick.
I tried.
But
I tried.
Mike just pretended. He's like, no. But here he is. He was.
Look, man, I want everybody's immune system to be as strong as possible. So that's why I exposed you all the patient zero without your consent.
Give me all the antibodies, please.
Yeah, she's got them all. I guarantee it.
Speaking of being sick, our topic this week is survival mode. And it means a lot of things, but I think for us in particular, we're talking about as creatives, as people who are trying to work in the industry, how to survive at the same time that you are trying to do something big.
Yeah. Trying to working on a creative endeavor takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of resources, and we all need money to be able to survive
the big green.
Yeah, and so it's really trying to balance that all out. And how do you do it?
It's challenging, and all of us are not on the same rhythm all the time. Maybe one of us is like killing it, where we're feeling really creative, we're just going, and then one of us is like, oh man, I gotta get out of bed today. I'm overwhelmed. One of us is sick. Like, we're never on the same page, honestly.
I try to get all of us sick.
Yeah, he was trying to get us on the same page. Like, we could all be sick and feeling like crap. That would have helped.
But it's hard to be creative when you're in the midst of like trying to stay alive.
Yeah, and I think what we're getting into is sort of like that mental survival mode of like my brain is fighting a battle against me, whether it's anxiety or depression or some other, neurodivergent thing that's sort of affecting us.
Trauma.
Yeah.
All the words.
The
words.
How do we survive in those times and keep creating and keep also like paying the bills, like you said? What's the answer, Mike?
I mean, I think it just goes back to trying to balance those things out and trying to.
How do you do it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm the best at it. It's like it's a constant struggle.
Everything is practice, I think, and so for me, it's like writing every day it helps me stay out of that it helps me stay in a creative mindset even when my brain is fighting battles against me. Or this is sort of a more recent development in my life, but working out regularly really has done a lot for my mental space. Oh, which brings me to a quick point. I think we'll do this every show. Let's do the Peloton check-in with Mike. Mike, you bought Peloton 2 years ago. Last episode, you told us you'd done it twice.
Yep. Yesterday, I woke up and I was like, the podcast is tomorrow. I'm going to ride the Peloton for the third time so that I can tell everybody that I've done it 3 times. That was yesterday. And then it didn't happen. So then I was like, tomorrow is going to be fine. I'll wake up before the podcast and I will go on a Peloton ride.
I think I know where this is going.
So hopefully when I get home, I'll have enough energy to go on that third Peloton ride.
Please keep us posted.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a little bonus episode and addendum, and we'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. I'll put a little video up of me. Woo!
Huffing and puffing. Yeah. Oh, doing a little woo.
Woo!
Stretching.
That's how I do it. Yeah, I do it.
Post-ride stretch. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that you thought about it. And I think that's the first step.
I definitely thought about it.
It is the first step.
It helps. If your body feels good, your brain can feel good.
If Carl says it, it's true.
Oh, let's not go there. Let's not do that. Makes me feel like a cult leader.
You're our cult leader.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot we had some Kool-Aid we were going to give out.
Yeah.
We'll do that at the break. Well, guys, I feel like there's so many ways to talk about survival mode, but in the context of pitching our TV show, when last week's episode was about rejection, and rejection can throw you into survival mode, I think. We found that to be true. What were some things, and we talked about this, it happened at the holidays, so that's also a very triggering time for some people, me included. What were some things that helped make it through that period of rejection? How did you survive that?
I smoked a lot of weed.
Our listeners know.
I wasn't high last week, though, but today I said, fuck it. What helped me during those times? I'll let you know when it's successful.
Right.
I was same like you. When, journaling a lot, writing a lot, exercising, posy vibes, talking to myself nice, really practicing that. You have to, before you know it, you're ganging up on yourself. And as a bully, I was bullying myself and then bullying others.
Yeah, the inner bully comes out as an outer bully pretty quickly.
And that's not a good vibe. And that's not, no. So we're back. We are ready to go. Feeling good. Sid, you got this. Don't be a little bitch. Let's go. Yes, go right. Just keep, sometimes you get like a paralysis. You're like, what do I do? I'm overwhelmed. I can't. You don't know the next step. It's like all so much, and you think you have to do it all at once. And so for me, like breaking things down into like smaller and smaller and smaller tasks, and also just get up. Like before you can even think about it, like go do the dishes, like go for a walk, just get up and do it. But
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
right there, Mel Robbins, we love you.
Shout out to Mel Robbins.
So
Sid, also shout out to your catchphrase, "Don't be a little bitch."
it is my catchphrase.
You can log on to don'tbealittlebitch.com and sign up for Sid's newsletter. We don't get it. She didn't send it to us.
That's because we're not little bitches.
That's right. We didn't sign up.
You didn't sign up. It's not because you're not little bitches. Don't get that twisted. It's just because you didn't sign up.
Got it. Right.
The first, and never mind. I'm gonna be I'm wrap.
Put the bully away, Mike.
If you can't identify the little bitch in the room, that means that you are a little bitch.
That
in the room.
wasn't you said it, not me.
Is that I read your mind? I just read your mind.
If you sign up on don'tbealittlebitch.com, you might be a little bitch, as Jeff Foxworthy once said. Mike, I know that I don't want to dox your feelings. I'm going to stop using the word dox so much on this podcast. I don't want to dox your feelings that hard, but I know that of the three of us, that rejection hit you the hardest starting out.
Oh, wow.
I think Sid and I came to you like last week and we're like, actually now we're pissed and we're mad. Like it's been sitting in our souls for long enough that we've gotten really angry about it.
I thought I let it go. I thought I didn't care.
I don't want to get into much of the sadness, but I want to talk about like what were some things that helped as we were kind of.
I was actually just lucky that we had a trip planned for the holidays to go and visit my in-laws, and traveling with a baby is a wonderful distraction to any type of. You are in survival mode when you travel with a baby. You're in survival mode. We missed our first flight. That was great so we missed our first flight. That was really great for distracting me from the looming rejection.
Southwest?
No, thank God. No, that was actually that happened the day after we got there. That whole thing when they canceled, and then they canceled all the flights, and then
it was messy.
They started arresting people.
Yeah,
it got really messy.
Yeah. So I luckily got to physically escape, and then I guess that. We had some time passed, and I think it was easier to like kind of assess it. Also, I think that I don't know, one of the unhealthy things about it is creating a narrative, because you're trying to contextualize, what happened, and when you don't have a lot of information, I think that we kind of like came up with this narrative that we don't even know if it's really true. It just makes the most sense.
Which in life happens all the time. Sometimes you don't get the closure that you want. Oh, I need closure, and then you have to do that for yourself. You have to figure that out for yourself so that you can keep going. And that's hard.
Hell yeah, it is. On that note, I think we're going to take a little break. Then we're going to come back and we're going to hear from our sponsor. And then we'll introduce you to our guest. So
I'm so excited. I'm feeling good. I feel like this is We're vibing out right now. Mike is really vibing out.
I am out. I'm out on my feet. It's Mucinex daytime. I might have swapped. I might have accidentally taken the nighttime.
I think that might be the case.
When
As we were setting up, there were some definite loopholes that
Yeah.
or feedback loops that we found.
What's that? What's that when you smoke and drink?
Speedballing?
That's not that.
What? Smoke what?
Weed. And
Oh.
Carl, are you speedballing?
Look, Comedy Filmmakers
That's how I
Motivation
got
Mondays does not advocate speedballing of any kind. That's Red Bull and weed. You know, that's like Coke and beer. Like, not talking about Coca-Cola Classic either, people. I'm talking about schneef. That's a break. Comedy Filmmakers Motivation Monday is brought to you by don'tbealittlebitch.com. Log in today. Sign up for our mentorship program. Is there something in your life that you're being a little bitch about? We're going to tell you to stop that shit. Right, Sid?
That's right. And, you know, here's the thing. If you are sitting there being like, I'm not a little bitch, it is, in fact, you absolutely are a little bitch. Because if Mike said, you know, if you think you're not, then you definitely are.
I'm tired of people walking over me at work, but I don't know what to say to them.
Don't be a little bitch.
It really is the answer for all things in your life. So anything that's missing, just say to yourself, don't be a little bitch, and you'll solve it.
Guys, I'm actually a chihuahua, a female chihuahua, and I don't want to have kids anymore. Do you have any advice for me?
Don't be a little bitch. Woof, woof.
Yeah, see, that was a dog joke.
You are a little.
Should I spell that out a little bit?
I know
You
that
are a little bitch, though.
Uh,
We can't help you, ma'am. You are a little bitch.
Yeah, all I want is some Taco Bell. I mean, that's a reference from the 90s.
Wow.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. I can't do that, can I?
No.
I mean, it's probably. I mean, it is an association with Taco Bell.
How do you say canceled in Spanish?
I'm not kidding. I was about to do. You tried to make me do something racist.
Don'tbealittlebitch.com. Log in today. Sign up, and we will get you back on track.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
And we are feeling good. We are taking charge, and we are not being little bitches today.
That's right. We've all logged in. We all signed up. You can get a free trial. I can't believe we didn't say this in the ad, but you can get a free trial of littlebitch.com if you sign up today and use promo code LAUGHTER. Laughter30. So that's laughter and then a long space.
You know what I love
Laughter
is that
30.
Carl is in fact been logging on to belittlebitch.com, which is the site he just referenced.
Direct
And so
competitor.
It turns out that he
I met my wife on belittlebitch.com. Let's talk to our guests. I would like to introduce Dionne Neish. She's here from LA. She's visiting.
She's
Sid.
my friend. She's an actress and a creator and an artistic visionary, and I just love you. So thank you for being here.
Oh my God, that was amazing. A visionary. Yes, I'll take it. Thank you. Oh, no, it's so good to be here and see you all.
We love to
I
have
love
you.
it.
It's wonderful
Thank
to have you.
Thank you.
And, I'm not going to lie, survival mode. I know you from working in restaurants a decade ago. We know what it's like to be out here working and trying to make stuff and auditioning and staying
going.
and
Yeah.
staying, with our eye
Open.
on the goal. Talk to us, baby. How are you?
Oh, when you said about this subject, this is survival mode. This was like, this went deep, because I feel I'm in that survival mode right now, especially after COVID, where the money that was coming in has disappeared. So it's been like, I don't want to get a bitch ass job. So how do I stay creative?
Don't get a little bitch ass job.
Get a little bitch ass job. How do I stay creative and motivated and pay my bills?
Yes.
And that's really, really, really difficult.
And you have an added layer, I will say, because you have artist visa situations,
Yeah, I'm an
which
immigrant.
are very
So yeah,
difficult.
let's talk about the elephant in the room a little bit. I'm hearing
Yeah,
an
there's,
accent or something.
is there a region that you're
Is that
from?
New Zealand?
I would say Boston.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
It's
Yeah,
Boston.
Tea
yeah.
party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Park the car. Park the car. I can't even do a Boston accent. Start the car. We're not going to go there. But yeah, from London.
You don't want to offend the people from Boston. You'll get canceled wicked fast.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for addressing the elephant in the room, Mike.
Absolutely. Hey, I'll do it every time. Wait, where are you from? Where do you hail
From,
from?
from the Queen's
From
side.
whence do you hail?
No, that's how her IMDb bio starts.
I hail from London down. Good old Blighty.
South London?
No, from North London. Now I'm going to get real London. Yeah. I'm from North London, Wembley to be specific.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Tennis.
Born and bred, but Jamaican family. So immigrant there, immigrant here, immigrant everywhere I go.
We're trying to get her to move to New York away from LA.
La La Land.
La La Land.
Yeah.
This is always an opportunity to shit on La La Land at some point. New
I
York.
love La La Land.
I do too.
Yeah, we love
sometimes.
LA, and everyone who
do.
works there is great, and we want work from those people. So, actually, what Sis just joking.
I'm
This is actually a comedy
Please don't
podcast.
cancel us.
She went to the Don't Be a Little Bitch website and they told her to say that. We do not.
I am trying to, because I have found, honestly, New York is full. I mean, I guess maybe it's you guys. You guys are my people to love creating with people in New York, and the energy is high, and everyone's really hustling out here, making their own stuff, and it's amazing. And if you're an artist, you have to be around people that keep you going.
That's the thing about survival mode. When you're talking about what keeps you going, it is your friends. Because if you don't have that, if you don't have people either you're creating with or who are supporting your creativity, pushing you or putting you in contact with people, I think that's the thing that's hard. Is yes, you're beating yourself up, but if you don't have those people around you, you can't survive. Not in a creative world, I don't think.
Yeah.
I could be talking shit though.
So what originally brought you to LA and what made you stay?
The weather. The weather.
Amazing.
No, I've always wanted to go to LA. Every time I go back home, a friend always reminds me, when we were kids, when we were younger, LA was always a thing. I was sold on the propaganda. I watched Breakfast Club. I watched all of the old John Hughes movies and was just like, I just want to be there. And I knew I wanted to act when I was a kid. And so why not come to the Mecca? So I came here and I did a course in LA, and I was told how amazing I was and how much work I could get out here. And then it took 7 years to get my work visa to get out here.
Oh.
Or to LA.
What did you do for those 7 years?
I worked for Amnesty International, and so did nothing creative.
For
other
our
than
listeners that
auditioning.
don't know what Amnesty International does, why don't you just tell them a little bit about that?
It's a non-profit human rights organization saving the world.
Right.
They are the superheroes of the world.
I thought you were talking about Amnesty, which is a whole different. Like that's
a
what I was like,
subsidiary
you were on
of Don't-
I don't remember seeing you on Amnesty.
It's a
I
subsidiary
always
of
wore a
Don't Be a Little
mask,
Bitch.
and I always protected my voice.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Okay. All right. No, I did watch your videos.
You probably
yeah,
saw
yeah,
me.
definitely.
I had to get that money to get here, pay for the visa.
The
but
original
yeah.
OnlyFans.
On MySpace.
Amnesty International.
So I worked there, and then just auditioned whenever I could. But I did more theatre in London. I think I only did a couple of short films with unknown people and a touring show. I did Aida. I toured with Aida.
The
I cannot
Broadway
sing.
musical.
No, the opera.
The opera.
It's England, darling. And one stage.
The opera.
Yeah, it's the opera. And then I came to LA in 2009.
And here we are in 2023.
That's true. I love these date drops. Just in case you didn't know, we're recording
I
this in
actually
2023.
had to remind myself, okay, Carl? I was just hopping timelines there. Didn't know where I was at.
But you said earlier before we were recording that you found yourself in a place where you have an opening to move to New York.
Yeah, for the first time, no work, no job, no life, no man, no home,
No connections.
no connection.
Nothing holding you back.
Nothing. So why not? And I've always wanted to, after watching Fame, I've always wanted to live in New York. And so
As soon as you got to LA, you're like, New Yor's where it's at.
no,
Wait, yeah,
but I'll
get your story
spend
straight.
1,200 years.
You said you always wanted to live in LA.
Honestly, I'm starting to think that whatever movie she watches, that's just like where she's trying to end up next.
Facts.
Uh,
Facts. Yes, absolutely. What can I say? I'm influenced by the movies. Yeah.
Don't watch The Martian. You do not want to live on Mars. Trust me.
I did a film where I do live on Mars. Yeah,
Oh, really? Wait.
because of The Martian.
Yeah. Did we talk about that?
It was a spoof.
Oh,
of
it's a
it.
spoof of The Martian.
Yeah, well, not a spoof, but a spoof.
We operate in the spoof
We like a
world.
spoof.
We like a spoof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like a goof too.
Yeah.
goofing
Yeah.
and spoofing.
Yeah, it's called Martian Land.
That
That's what I'll
sounds
say.
like a spoof.
Is it a full-length feature?
Yeah.
All right.
Sci-fi,
Oh,
action,
yes.
Me
Yeah.
shouting at people. Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Wait.
I love
Nice.
it.
Fatigues?
Let's get this up right now.
Military fatigues?
No, I was in a sort of space officer military suit, but it wasn't fatigue.
I gotta see this.
Spandex.
I never
Gotta
seen
check
this.
this out.
Yeah.
Barbarella.
I wished.
So when did this shoot?
2000.
I was like, date drop.
Here we go.
Another date drop. Here we go. In
uh,
three, two, one.
1929.
2013, I think. 2012.
We filmed that
Yeah.
movie
Oh, so
100 years ago.
When was The Martian?
Yeah, whenever the year of The Martian was, it was a year after that.
Wow, I didn't know that was that long ago.
Let's do a date check. We need a date check, guys.
2015?
Quick.
Okay.
The Martian came out, my guess is 2015.
Oh, so maybe it was 2015? Okay, so 2016.
20.
Yeah,
Is he
2015,
saying I'm right?
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Nice.
knowing the years of movies.
I can't wait.
Our producer Sasha is telling us yes.
That's yes. Carl's right.
All right. I love when we get to say our producer Sasha is telling us something. Thank you, Sasha.
So how did that job come about? What was there a survival mode before that job that job took you out of? Like, how did that develop?
Yeah, that was an audition that my agent got me and went in. Did I do a self-tape for that? I think the first initial was a self-tape before self-tapes were self-tapes. And I think it was because I couldn't be there or something, and so it was just recommended to do it. And then went into the room.
For international
And
stay they can do
what can I
self-tapes
say?
at any time.
what can I say when I'm not in town? I'm in London town. But yeah, and it was a really quick turnover. It was like, I think my part was shooting for 2 weeks and everybody else had only had probably a week on set, and it was really quick, like a soap.
That's a long way of saying that you were the lead. Are we right?
No, not the lead.
A
no,
lead.
You were in the
I was
top
like the
5
top,
on the call
yeah,
sheet?
yes.
Like number
yes.
3?
I would say 4.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, you
It's
don't
top
want
five.
to be in the
Five.
double digits, that's for sure. You're not saying anything.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome to my world.
Man with cell phone.
Yeah, most of my roles start with man with,
Man with cold is
young,
what you're playing now.
young, and then guy or. Now I'm getting old guy stuff. So
Guy 3. Old guy
It
3.
pays more.
yeah,
Yeah.
middle-aged dude.
Yeah.
So I have a question. What has kept you motivated to stay creative, and like what do you do to get yourself back up? Like, and do you have? I have a lot of questions, I guess.
So I go through the dark night of the soul, I think, as we all do, that up and down of belittling yourself and stuff like that, staying in bed, smoking a lot, drinking a lot. And then there is that, I don't know.
Don't be a little. Then you say
Then
you look
there
in the
is,
mirror
don't
and
be
you.
a little bitch. Or you say, this is what creativity is. So there's gonna be highs, there's gonna be lows. And I think it's always recognizing okay, so I'm in a low moment at this point in time. This isn't going to last. Hope, faith, and the faith is being surrounded by other people who are doing the same things. I mean, God, when you told me about this podcast, I was like, yes, amen. We can all go on the same journey and hear what's going on and going, shit, I ain't alone. And
That's awesome.
And I think that makes a friggin' big difference, because that is creativity. Everybody. All of a sudden I'm getting really emotional. But
Yes.
It's one of those things that you start listening to other actors and you hear, you know, like Brendan Fraser is now going through his moment, and then he talks about 10 years not getting a film, or Key from the Goonies not getting a film for years and then getting everything, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
All at once.
Those things make me go, we all go through it.
Yeah.
We're not alone. And if you have something you believe in, you just got to keep going. The no's are just putting something on my back, and I just got to push up.
And it looks so different from the outside,
Yeah.
like the way that the lens that we look at other people and their version of success and what we think that is, and none
Yeah.
of this stuff is talked about. And we always joke like, oh, Sid and Mike, you know, overnight success. If you get that show, it's like, no, man, we've been doing this for a while.
But I think that's what we've got to start recognizing. These moments are the successes,
Aww.
not the other things that come with the red carpet. That's great. That's lucky. That's brilliant. But actually, you guys getting together on a Monday and coming together and doing all this shit, that is a success.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Shout out to the crew that hooked all this stuff up for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
Your
guys.
handlers are amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
A couple of them were a little off this
Well,
morning.
it's a Monday. Give us some slack.
I think there's something else about what you said, because there's like a double thing happening where as people we're going through this cycle where we're going to have those moments where we're down and where we're just slower, where we need to, you know, drink or smoke or like, you know,
Take
well, my
stock.
therapist says don't need to do any of that stuff. There's
Yeah,
actually,
but
if you find
let's
yourself
do it.
needing that, that's when the problem. Anyway, forget about that.
Yeah.
But that sort of cycle happens. I think of it as sort of like the leaves on the tree. You know, we're going to go through that death cycle that the trees go through at different parts of our
Absolutely.
lives. Then there's also just getting no's and getting rejections. And those hit you when you're as high up as you can possibly be. And they hit you when you're down low as you can possibly be. And like navigating how to get no's when you're feeling low is like maybe the hardest thing to do.
Absolutely.
That's
I
not a
think-
question. I'm just.
Yeah, no, it's-
I think that this is actually the last episode of Comedy Filmmakers Motivation Monday. Now we are just going to basically everything that your therapist tells you, you come on this podcast and share with us. And then it's kind of like we're all
We're
in
getting
therapy.
I like that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I can't afford therapy right now.
Yeah, I'm taking. We can all take therapy vicariously through Carl.
Awesome.
I'm here for it.
Great. So you guys had all the same problems I did growing up.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know I had a lot of problems growing up.
Straight white guy from the south.
Relatable.
Thank you for picking up what I was putting down. I
Relatable.
started to feel like I hope somebody grabs that ball and throws it into the. What do you do? Throw it in the hoop.
Hoop.
Yeah.
It was a hoop. Hoop.
There it is.
Sports talk. So we're in the sports talk section of the show now. You got a hoop in basketball. You got a goal in football. Anything else? You got a goal in
That's
hockey.
it.
I learned.
Assists.
Yeah, assists.
Those are
Alley
big.
oops.
Those are
Alley
big.
oops.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
An alley oop is an assist. All right. I think
That's
we're
the
good.
sports
I'm
section
like-
of the show.
Yeah, can we get over this
Yeah.
sports thing? Because I can't participate.
That's-
Oh well, here's something they call football.
Football.
They call
Football.
they call that soccer here.
No, yes.
What's
Oh
up
my
with that?
God. What you tell me?
Well,
Because when I first saw American football, I was like, I see them kick the ball once. Where's the foot in the ball?
Where's the sock in soccer?
That's what I asked.
Wow.
Okay.
Only
They should
in
call
America.
boxing soccer because you're socking people. And
Suck it to me.
yeah, we should change all the names of the sports.
So I just
I
want
don't
you to
condone
know
hitting women though. So.
now.
Who said anything about
You
that?
said soccer.
Dad has entered the chat.
Dionne, now I want you to know that now you are actually officially, you can add sports commentator to
my resume.
Yes, absolutely. You've done
Okay.
it.
ESPN.
What can
And
I
you've been
say?
carrying this, so you can
Triple-
add host if it's not already on there.
No, I'm gonna add that too. Triple threat.
Is
That's me.
and so next for you is
Possibly moving to New York.
And
I know you're like, moving to New York.
yeah, I'm like
possibly.
possibly. That we don't use the words like that on this podcast. We're very definitive that we are doing things. We are succeeding. We are great. We are doing it. We are working hard. Carl, I'm rambling, so come on in here.
I'm always going to be in trouble for that for the rest of my life.
Ramble alone.
No.
Well, question. So, like, let's say the move to New York happens, and you book your dream thing. Let's manifest. Let's manifest that dream gig in New York. Like, what are you thinking? Like,
so it would start off with me getting a theater. I would say off Broadway show, which sells out completely. All
straight play or musical?
Straight play, because I cannot sing.
Well, there's people who can't sing in musicals.
That's true.
Still.
I don't want to do a La La Land. I don't want to turn up and be like,
Good point. Yeah, La La Land. You just left La La Land.
And I just left La La Land. No, it'd be a straight play. It would. Then it sells out. I get hit up by a top casting director who's like, this is the girl for the show. And it films in New York. 3-4 months I'm in New York, then I go back to LA for a little bit of the summer. I see Beyonce at September. Then I go to London and I do a play and a TV show there. I'll do a West End theatre, maybe the National, the Donmar, actually the Donmar.
Oh yeah, Donmar.
Do the Donmar.
When
then do a show, a crime drama thriller show.
When all of this plays out exactly as that, because that's what we do here,
We get a cut.
then
10% divided 3 ways.
I was thinking 2% divided 3 ways.
Okay, well,
And
we'll
I'll
talk.
take-
We'll
and
take
I'll-
a deal.
I'll take that
let's
too.
talk about this off mic. We'll have some paperwork for you.
my people call your
After the
people.
show.
Yeah.
We helped you manifest. We were there when you manifested this dream.
We have it on tape.
That's what we do here. Dream big. That's important.
You have to
amazing.
say it out loud, right?
You have
Yeah.
to. You have to.
Yeah, that would be the dream. It's
yeah,
coming.
and we'll be working on our show when you get here.
Well, I hope I get a guest spot on the show.
Oh, you don't have to hope.
I
It's
think,
already.
yeah, I think it's in the cards.
Done.
It's in the cards. I'm sorry. I wait. Oh my God.
You made it a long time
You
since.
did.
I made it
I'm
so.
proud. I'm so
All I
proud
want to
of
do
you.
is have her on the show. I can't even.
Bloody hell!
Bollocks.
This is my life with
Crikey.
Sid.
Dionne's coming on Sid and Mike. Sydney and Michael are going to London.
Wow, we're gonna have to cut you off. I
Well,
think.
Sydney
Crikey.
T. I have. Oh my God, it's like all here. It's like all been bubbling up. It's
We have
like-
It's literally
offended.
Tourette's.
We offended our
British,
guest.
British Tourette's.
The guest is leaving. The UK is switching off the podcast.
We just lost a continent.
Yeah,
It wasn't an important one.
it's barely an island,
no.
honestly.
No, I
It's
agree.
barely an island. It's like it's something.
Its balls are big, but it's tiny.
It's true. Yeah.
That is a great. That was well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Something about that Navy that they had like in the 1700s, and they're still on that. They're still like, ooh, we had this great Navy in the 1700s.
Yeah.
We ruined half the world. Like,
Yeah, they definitely can't like let things go. They're not like
Or return things.
you seen
know.
those guards, the Buckingham Palace guards? They don't do anything. They just
Nothing.
stand there completely still.
No, that's their job.
And we're funny. I mean, they should be laughing at us.
laughing.
They'll lose their jobs.
Oh man, wow. Just in
Ignore
case
her.
there was anybody else left from the UK listening, they just turned off the podcast.
Ignore her.
Yes, Carl.
I think that it's time for our
Pitch.
final segment of the show. Dionne, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
I think
as
that we
per.
got some really great sound bites. There's one thing you said I'm going to put on a T-shirt, but I don't remember what it was. I'll be listening to this when we edit the episode, and then I'll send it to Vista Prints, and we'll have some shirts made. So you guys send your shirt sizes in to sydandmikenyc@gmail.com, and we'll get those made.
Yeah. You don't have to put any other information in there, just your t-shirt size, and we'll figure out the rest.
Yeah, you don't even have to write the word medium. Just put M, or large, or whatever
L.
it is going to be. Yeah, L,
L for large.
S for small, or Chico.
Carl, Carl, you need to stop with this.
I speak Spanish.
No, sir.
No, you don't. You don't speak Spanish.
¿Qué es la problema?
Oh my God.
Why don't you tell us where we can find you online if you want people to find you online?
I don't want none of you lot to find me online. You're
Yeah.
done. It's over with.
Justified.
But if the other humans out there want to find me on Instagram, I'm at, and don't ask about the name, at Busty Bloom. At Busty Bloom.
At Busty Bloom. Love that. And is there anything like well, we know this. We covered it in the interview, but I was like, do you have anything coming up you want people to go check out? Like, or you know, just
Absolutely nothing. I was just cut out of a film.
Congratulations.
Yay. And actually, I feel that's a really big achievement. It's
It
my very
is.
first. And I survived.
yeah.
But I got a really nice letter from the director, so that helped. No, I'm not in anything. I am actually creating a short film with a friend that we're going to try and film April, June. And
Here
it's
in
sort
New
of-
Should we
York?
tell her?
No, in
You
LA.
are going to film that.
You are going to film
You're
it.
going to do it.
Well
Thank
said.
you.
And you know what? Like, I've known you a long time, and not as well as Sid, but I think that you have all of the capabilities to pull this off, and
Bless you.
and
Thank you.
it's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for you all to see it. Yeah, it's a different take on a vampire story.
I gotta go check out that Martian film.
Martian Land.
Martian Land.
Awesome. All right, we're moving on to our favorite and final section of the show. It's called Fake Pitches. And we're going to ask our producer, Sasha, to give us a random prompt for us to pitch a TV show. And this week, we are going to build onto the same pitch. So we're all going to pitch the same show. And, you know, just jump in when you feel ready, or when somebody gives you the signal that they're not ready to keep talking. What do we got?
Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can I sit real
Yeah,
quick?
of course. Sit next to me.
Carl, do me a favor. Pick a number between 1 and 44.
Ooh, specific. I'm going to pick 41.
41.
Good number.
Okay.
Great number. Feeling the vibe. Feeling the vibe.
Like that.
Okay. Now, Sid and Mike, I would like each of you to pick a number between 1 and 15.
11.
3.
It's 3.
3.
This is the show, I think.
3.
This is good. So what Sasha's looking through a book right now.
The two words that came up are mundane liberation.
Wow.
Mundane
Oh,
liberation.
Mundane liberation.
Anybody feeling that log line, or maybe just a genre? Mundane liberation. 30 seconds on the clock. It's a sci-fi thriller 1-hour drama starring. Well, we shouldn't get into the stars. Like, I don't want to tell people who the star was. We're really excited that we got
We're really
John Hamm.
excited.
Well, they
Yeah.
were going to go with this project, but you really fumbled it already.
Let's just say that we got a madman in the cast, John Hamm. And so in a world where the aliens have taken over Earth, and as you all know, if you're paying attention to the news right now, the UFO crisis is upon us. Like, we are consistently being
It is
invaded.
happening.
Yeah, we are.
And they are
seeing-
lying to us about what is going on.
They are lying. Like, they're trying to keep us distracted while our alien overlords come and set up the infrastructure they need to take over our minds. This show takes place 20 years after that, and John Hamm plays a freedom fighter who's bored. He just doesn't want to do it anymore. He's lost his lust. The fight for freedom has lost its luster until he meets somebody. Take over.
Until he meets a young lady played by Emma Watson that is...
Ooh, I don't know about that age difference.
That
That's a Leo. That's a
Also,
Leo.
it's not a very diverse cast.
No, they're not together on this.
Okay.
I didn't say that. He has to usher her through she's an alien. Yeah.
That's a twist. Do we know that from the start?
Well, no, you find that out.
Season 2?
because
Later on, yeah.
she just looks just like
Humans.
a human.
As the aliens, yeah, they now. They've learned how to look like humans.
And they've infiltrated. So she comes from the side that's taking over, is going to take over the planet, is going to take over humans. And she meets John. John decides he's going to show her what being human is like. But all he can show her is mundane shit.
But he's bored.
And he's bored, and she's non-convinced about this.
You just hit it. I think you just hit the hook.
Yeah.
So like they're like binge watching like old, like early 2000s reality TV.
Love Island UK.
Yeah. They're like shopping for
Housewives.
rugs.
Through all this mundane stuff, she realizes the human race really is exceptional and extraordinary and deserves to live. And she turns, and her and John team up against the alien overlords. And
Don't be afraid.
I'm a little lost.
Well, clearly.
that's where we want you to be. We got you right where we want you.
So the big season 2.
Are you an
finale-
executive in this bit?
Yeah, exactly. She's playing the exec. She's gonna give us the yes or no.
All right.
So the big season 2 finale, they're repotting their plants. So they're taking their
Yes.
pothos that's in
Yep.
about a 13-quart pot. They're moving that into about a 14-quart pot. They're taking their Monstera that's in like a 2-gallon pot, and they're moving that into a 3-gallon pot. And then, they have to get there's certain kinds of dirt that Monstera needs. Then you've got succulent soil that's got sand in it. She's got this whole sort of spreadsheet of her plants. And so they're looking at the spreadsheet and they're repotting the plants, and they look into each other's eyes. And I know what you're thinking, love interests, like age difference. It's not that. She psychically transmits the alien weaponry that they use to get into people's brains into his mind and makes him more powerful. But then he joins the aliens because he has that power. And now it's an alien freedom fighter fighting for Earthlings alone.
Wow.
But is he still bored by that?
Oh yeah, bored as hell. So basically they're like, he found his old Super Nintendo and they like plug that into a TV and they play Mario Brothers All-Stars. Like the first 3 Nintendo ones are all on one cartridge with the Super Mario Brothers World game from the Super Nintendo. And they play that using an internet walkthrough guide.
I love this idea.
Are you buying it?
Yes,
Or
it's a
what are
green
we
light.
doing?
I am absolutely buying it, and I think I'm really sold by the fact that now I feel absolutely insane after not being able
That's
to
what it's about.
rationally follow this story.
You didn't
I
ask
see.
us how many episodes in the season.
It's 2. It's those first 2 you just talked about. The 2-episode season.
Oh, so it's a British show then.
I
2
was
episodes.
going to say. 2 episodes and you're done. I was going to
Christmas
see
special.
it on HBO, since I can say HBO.
Thank you for
Yes.
getting that H in here.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's where I see it.
Carl, you're show running, yes?
Show running what?
This show.
The
Mundane
liberation.
Liberation.
Mundane Liberation on HBO. Yeah, I'll show run. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, this is a can. It's not going to get greenlit unless you're the showrunner.
I mean, I've got my
In
hands
it.
in every single part of this story. I feel the world of the story, which takes place 20 years from now. That's our pitch.
I'm glad we doubled down on shortening that.
Yeah, I'm glad that we did the 30-second time limit on that. 'Cause I definitely wouldn't want to ramble.
And
on
It worked.
honestly,
It worked.
I think I really, really like being an executive. I think
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
I think
Folks.
I
did
think
great.
that it felt really right, and I'm gonna move forward with this. So it was like an aha moment
Come
for
to
me
think of
for
it,
sure.
Come to think of it, you did make a huge fuss about the corner office. Like
I
Oh,
fucking
that's
did.
we had her in the center of the couch.
Yeah.
If you're just listening, then we had her in the center of the couch where Mike is sitting, and she made what I could only characterize as a fuss about where she was sitting. So we had to switch all the
Very
equipment
kind
around.
of you.
Okay, I just want you to know that both of you are leaving out the whole part of how you left me out to dry getting these arms for yourself. And before this whole setup, it had me like leaning down trying to talk into the mic. So I had to advocate for
Tens across the board.
I had to
boys,
advocate
tens
for
across the board.
myself. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I will say that your time with our sponsor, don'tbealittlebitch.com, has paid off because you did advocate for yourself. And where are you sitting right now, Sid?
I'm in the corner office, baby.
Hey!
Yeah.
That's right.
Dude, this is feeling so fucking good. I can't.
That's what we're doing. We're just motivating. We are inspiring. I hope everybody out there feels the corner office can be yours too.
Do we all
Not
feel,
this one.
Do we all feel a little more motivated now?
I do.
I
I
feel.
do.
Ready to
You
go
do?
off?
Yeah, I
That-
do actually.
That was
Being part of
hesitant.
this.
So
No.
I do.
I've been told by my agent I have to say it. I do. Yes, I do. So yeah, I do.
No, we really love having you here.
It's
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Hope you get better
Was it a
soon,
red
babes.
eye? Did you come fly in on the red eye just for this?
A Concord, darling.
Mm.
Yeah.
They're doing those again.
Special for
She's
you
flying
lot.
right back out after this episode. I need to stop. I need it's a wrap. It's a wrap on me,
Wow.
and that is why.
Taking us
gonna-
out strong.
On that, wow, Mike, you had to do it.
Nar.
On that note, that's
Nar.
our show. This is Comedy Filmmakers Motivation Monday. If you like what
The
you hear,
podcast.
subscribe on whatever service you found us on,
Oh.
and you can find more of our stuff at www.sydandmike.com or at Sid and Mike on Instagram, or you can shoot us an email at sydandmikenyc@gmail.com.
And Mike also has been known. You can just slip right into Mike's DMs. He'll respond. He likes to respond.
That is false.
I think we should all give it a try this week and see what happens.
Just slip right into Mike's DMs and tell
Also,
him
this is on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, and all of our episodes are up there.
you're gonna get an influx of messages telling you that you're so amazing and wish you luck on your Peloton journey.
Slide up if you want to motivate me. Motivate the motivator by sliding up in these DMs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you, Dionne Neish. Thank you, don'tbealittlebitch.com. And thank you to
The
our
executive
listeners.
in the corner office. You're welcome.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Comedy Filmmakers Motivation Monday, the podcast, is a production of Dark Matter Entertainment and Phantom Strain Pictures. Our producer is Sasha Nonis Barnes. Our theme song is by Joseph Colmenero. Find us online, on YouTube, on Instagram, at Sid and Mike, or email us at sydandmikenyc@gmail.com.